Hi Joshua, thanks so much for your singing and your submission. Singing a cappella can be especially tricky, and this song in particular has some trickier kind of intervals. They're very tiny little ones, kind of chromatic in places, very like da kind of stuff. And those little itty bitty intervals, it can be hard to stay in tune on those. Sometimes we can make them bigger gaps than they need to be, and I think that you succumb to that a little bit. So some of the pitches on the verses, especially in those tinier little intervals, were a little bit of a challenge for you to stay in tune on. However, once you got to the chorus, your pitch was spot on. It was like you came to life once the chorus happened on this song. And since there wasn't any video to look at in your submission, I'm just going on a guess here from what I could hear. But it sounded to me like your cheeks were a little bit kind of sunken here. So you can hear when I talk, if I keep this kind of not a whole lot of activity in my face, you can hear that my sound sounds a little bit dull. But even just a little bit of a lift here will brighten my sound just that little bit. And I would say, even though this isn't the happiest of messages in this song, that having just that little bit of lift kind of here, not here, but here, can help to brighten your sound a little bit. A lot of times when this part isn't lifted, the sound can be very dull and kind of lifeless. And even though she's sad, it's still okay we still want to have your tone have some life to it. And that's just a very simple little thing you can do to give your tone a little bit of life. Also, I recommend practicing. I don't know, I will confess, this was a new to me song, so thank you for introducing it to me. I don't know if there's a track out for this, but if there is, I would definitely recommend that you practice with it, just because it will help so much with those tiny little intervals. It'll help with staying in tune to hear the music around you. I don't think you have a problem hearing that based on hearing you do the chorus. You were perfectly in tune on the chorus. So it's just the verses are just a little bit tricky because they're not what we would naturally go to in our minds. So a track, having the music behind you would really help you with that. As far as emotion with the song is concerned, this will help with some of that, but I'd really love to hear in your voice what these lyrics mean to you, like why this is a song that you chose. I would love to hear that come through in your voice. And the singer, Madison Beer, does a few little things in her song so we can hear the sort of sadness in her and the passion in her. Like, for example, one of the things she does is she makes a little bit of a fry sound, so like a kind of a thing. That little teensy bit of a touch adds some vulnerability to her sound, and it just adds a little bit of emotion for us to feel. So and there are places where she goes extra soft, which you did a lot of that, so I would say for you, I would probably flip that and choose strategic moments to be extra soft and add in some more fullness in other places. Those are sort of technical ways, but allow the emotion of the song to drive the way that you sing it, and it'll affect the way that it comes out. So I hope that was really helpful. My recommendation for you is to go to I'm going to put some links on here, and they'll be in the description as well. I have an academy program. It's called No Limits Academy. There's a whole lot of training in there for things like this. And what I have is a free 7-day trial if you'd like to try it out before joining. And I would recommend that you check that out. So I'm going to put this on the screen to show you that. So right in the middle there is start your free 7-day No Limits Academy trial membership. And so I'm going to recommend that that's where you go next to help get some coaching and feedback on this kind of work that you did today. So thanks so much, and thanks again for your submission.